live stream. Today we don't have any specific topic to discuss, but I'm here to chat with you guys. And now we are slowly reaching 2,000 subscribers. Now we have 1,900 subscribers. So I would like to share a short history of this channel and the blog that I own. Okay. So we usually publish electric vehicle related videos on this YouTube channel, and we have a blog, getelectricvehicle.com. Actually, I started that blog in 2017 December, and I started this YouTube channel on 2018 January. So actually, I wanted to get more views for my blog, so I created this YouTube channel and sent the readers or the viewers to that blog. That was my actual aim, and I started the blog as a hobby. So actually I have been working on this electric vehicle domain, and I was interested in electric vehicles, so I wanted to share this electric vehicle related news, ideas, and basics of electric vehicle project ideas, reviews, etc. to the readers. So I started that blog on 2017 December, and there are a lot of articles on that blog. Now we have some people to help me to write for that blog, and we share valuable information about electric vehicles on that blog. And we have a lot of readers who are really interested in reading those blog posts. So we usually write a lot of things about electric vehicles. To add some valuable videos also to that electric vehicle related blog post, I created this YouTube channel. Now we have a lot of videos also in this YouTube channel. We create electric vehicle basics videos. Sometimes we explain about electric vehicle technology. The electric vehicles are the booming technology nowadays. A lot of people are focusing on electric vehicles. The industry is focusing on electric vehicles, and people are going towards electric vehicles. So I thought it would be a great idea to start a YouTube channel as well related to electric vehicles. And we have Facebook page also for this Get Electric Vehicle. So you can follow that page also if you like. So okay, I hope you guys enjoy watching the videos on getelectricvehicle.com. Sorry, Get Electric Vehicle YouTube channel, and you can read the blog post that we publish on getelectricvehicle.com. And most of the people actually request for videos related to electric vehicle project ideas. A lot of people are requesting for those kind of videos. So sometimes we create videos about the electric vehicle related research project ideas as well. We have 2 or 3 videos on this YouTube channel, and the comment section of one of those videos contains a lot of electric vehicle research project ideas. If people ask for some project ideas, or if they ask some specific questions, I respond to most of those comments with electric vehicle research project ideas. So you can watch all those videos if you want to do some electric vehicle related research projects. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay. So okay, so what we have to do next? Okay, so next thing I would like to share with you, is related to LinkedIn page. We have one LinkedIn page also, that's also related to electric vehicle. And I post the electric vehicle related videos and other informations on that LinkedIn page also. You can follow that page also. Then about electric vehicle, we all know that electric vehicles are booming in the market. There are a lot of in the past we had now we have electric vehicles and IC engine vehicles. The IC engine vehicles are the commonly used vehicles all over the world, but now due to different reasons the industry is focusing on electric vehicles. What are the main reasons? First of all, what is an electric vehicle? You might have known what is an electric vehicle, but I'm still telling you what is an electric vehicle. Electric vehicle is a vehicle that make use of one or more electric motors for propulsion. It will have one electric motor. We will actually call that motor as an electric machine. It can be an electric generator also. It can act as a motor and as a generator. For example, during regenerative braking, it acts as a generator. So usually we call that as an electric machine. So an electric vehicle will have an electric machine, then a controller to control the power flow to that electric machine, and one battery. This is the simple architecture of an electric vehicle. An electric vehicle will have a battery, a controller, and a motor. Then we can manufacture, or we can set up an electric vehicle. That's the reason why there are a lot of startups that are focusing on these electric vehicles. There are a lot of electric two-wheeler startups. Actually, the electric cars, etc., are very complex. There will be a lot of things to be considered while developing and designing this electric car. But the electric scooter powertrain is very simple, so there are a lot of startups, and they can also be advanced technology, and that can be simple also. That's why there are a lot of startups in this electric vehicle field. In India also we can find a lot of startups. Okay, so that's an electric vehicle. Usually a battery electric vehicle will not have any tailpipe. It will not emit any environmentally polluting gases. So we explain what is an electric vehicle in simple words, and these electric vehicles are classified into three: battery electric vehicle, hybrid electric vehicles, and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So the battery electric vehicles will have only a motor or electric machine, and it will not have any other kind of propulsion systems. But an hybrid electric vehicle will be a combination of an electric machine and an IC engine. So it will have a tailpipe, it will have combustion engine, and an electric motor. It's a combination of electric motor and IC engine. That's a hybrid electric vehicle. That's the reason why it is known as hybrid electric vehicle. Okay, that will have an electric propulsion system and IC engine propulsion system. More than one kind of propulsion system will be there for a hybrid electric vehicle. These hybrid electric vehicles cannot be plugged into the socket and charge the battery. Those hybrid vehicles that can be charged from the power socket is known as plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Those are the third kind of electric vehicles. So we have basic battery electric vehicle, hybrid electric vehicle, and plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So I told that the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle cannot be charged from the power socket. So how can we charge a hybrid electric vehicle? There are mainly two methods. The first one is it gets charged from the regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is a technique where we can tap the energy that would have been lost during braking and deceleration at the brakes. Usually in brakes we can the energy will be dissipated as heat energy. In hybrid electric vehicles we can tap that energy back and store that energy in the battery. That's one method to charge the battery of an electric vehicle. Then the second method is using the electric machine in that hybrid electric vehicle. I told you that we have an electric motor and an IC engine in a hybrid electric vehicle. So when the IC engine can rotate or propel the electric machine, and the electric machine can act as a generator, and it can generate electricity to charge the battery of hybrid electric vehicle. Why do we have to do like this? Usually at lower speeds the efficiency of IC engine is less. So to get the maximum out of a hybrid electric vehicle, we can operate that hybrid electric vehicle using this electric motor during low speed operation, and we can switch to IC engine during high speed operation. So we can make sure that the motor and the IC engine works at the maximum efficiency region using a controller, using a vehicle control unit, and we can get the maximum out of that hybrid electric vehicle. We can increase the efficiency or fuel efficiency of the hybrid electric vehicle. That's why we are using hybrid electric vehicles. That's the main use of hybrid electric vehicles. But they will have emission. They will usually have this IC engine, and it will emit the environmental polluting gases. But in a battery electric vehicle we will not have a tailpipe, it will not have any IC engine, it will not emit any environmental polluting gases. So the third one is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. We can plug this kind of electric vehicle to the power socket and charge the battery of that kind of vehicle. So these are the three type of electric vehicle, the broad classification of electric vehicle. And now the industry is mainly focusing on battery electric vehicles. Those kind of vehicles will not have any pollution. That's the main reason. They will have very less noise. We have a detailed video about this topic, this electric vehicle. Yeah, we have some comments from Abhiram. Hello. Okay. Yeah, hello. Then we have been talking about this. What have been talking about? Yes, this battery electric vehicle. Yeah, the industry is mainly focusing on battery electric vehicles. So the battery electric vehicles will not have any pollution. It will not result in any noise pollution. It will not result in any uh, environmental pollution. Actually, the noise from an electric vehicle will be less during so for example, if we are driving an electric vehicle at very low speed, it will generate very less noise. But if we increase the speed of the vehicle, then also the noise from the motor will be very less. But an IC engine is actually emits a lot of noise. That's why we cannot if we compare the noise from IC engine and this electric vehicle, the noise at lower speeds will be very less for this for the electric vehicles. At lower speed, it's mandatory to add some warning sounds. It is mandatory to add some warning sounds during low speed operation of an electric vehicle in European Union and the United States. It's mandatory. It's to inform or to make the presence of this electric vehicle noticeable to the pedestrians during the lower speed operation of these electric vehicles. So it is mandatory to add some warning sounds to these electric vehicles. But what happens if we increase the speed of electric vehicle? If we increase the speed of electric vehicle, the noise comes from the tire, the aerodynamics, etc. So during higher speeds of operation, the noise from IC engine vehicle and electric vehicle will be almost equal. Still, the electric vehicle will have lesser noise. The noise are mainly from this aerodynamics, the noise from the tire, road, and the vehicle's body. So anyway, the noise from electric vehicles will be lesser compared to that from IC engine vehicle. That is another advantage. The third advantage is the running cost of electric vehicles. The running cost of electric vehicles will be less if the electricity is cheaper than fuels. Then in those kind of areas, the electric vehicles running cost will be less. In most of the countries, the fuel is costlier than electricity, so we can go for electric vehicle to reduce the total running cost of your vehicle. Then that is another advantage. Another thing is that most of the countries will not extract this petroleum. They actually import the petroleum from other countries. So the petroleum exporting countries will be richer countries. They can export the petroleum to other countries and they will get a lot of money. So if we can generate the electricity in a country using some hydropower plants, some renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, etc., then we can and if we can use that electricity to power an electric vehicle, then we don't have to depend on these petroleum exporting countries. We can have an economic kind of independency. We do not have to depend on those petroleum exporting countries. That's another reason why the governments promote electric vehicles. So these are some reasons that we should use electric vehicles. Then the performance wise also electric vehicles are superior. What is the reason? The electric vehicle motors have a versatile torque versus speed characteristics. Usually at the starting itself, electric motors can provide a very high starting torque. The series motors and permanent magnet synchronous motors will have these characteristics. They can provide a very high starting torque. If we start the electric vehicle, or if we just start the electric vehicle, if it rotates less than 1 rpm or at nearly 0 rpm itself, it can provide a very huge or very high torque. And that's the reason why we can that's the reason why electric vehicles will give you a superior performance than IC engine vehicles. These IC engines cannot operate below some 1000 rpm, and it cannot operate above some maybe 8000 or 7000 rpm. I don't know the exact value, but it cannot operate beyond some value and below 1000 rpm. So but an electric motor can operate at 0 rpm and it can operate up to some 20,000 rpm, and it can provide the very high torque at the starting itself. So we can directly use the electric motor at the wheel of an electric vehicle. We don't need a gear system, complex multi-speed gear system in an electric vehicle. That's another advantage. But in an IC engine vehicle, we definitely require content details. Okay, sir, can you please share your content details? Okay, she asked for this one, but I don't have a content detail now. I'm just came here for a casual chat. Okay, anyway, I have a detailed video about this topic on this YouTube channel. I will share the link to that video in the description of this live stream after I finish this live stream. Okay, so you can watch that video. I have a detailed presentation, so I will share those contents. Okay, so okay, what was the topic that we were discussing? It was okay, the performance of electric vehicle. So we told that the electric motors, they doesn't require a gear multi-speed gearbox. We can directly connect that electric motor at the wheel of an electric vehicle and we can drive the vehicle. At the beginning itself, it can provide a very high torque. That's the reason. Okay, now this is the that's why it is superior, and it can provide instant acceleration, and we can accelerate the vehicle. We can accelerate electric vehicle faster than IC engine vehicle. We can drive electric vehicle fast. No, we can't drive electric vehicle, but we can accelerate faster. That is another important characteristics of an electric vehicle. So we could have seen the Porsche Taycan and Tesla Model S Plaid electric vehicle. I have another video on this channel related to that acceleration of Model S Plaid. It accelerates insane. It has an insane acceleration. You can check that video also. Okay, so the electric vehicles are superior in the performance, and the efficiency of electric motors are very high. The efficiencies of IC engines are very low. So the efficiency wise also the electric motors are superior. Electric vehicles are superior. Okay. So these are some reasons that we should go for an electric vehicle. And now we can check some drawbacks of electric vehicles. We don't have enough charging stations. That is one thing. Everyone says that we don't have enough charging stations, but do we really require a lot of charging stations? Actually, we don't have many public charging stations in our country. We know that, but we can charge an electric vehicle at our home itself. That's an advantage of electric vehicle. If you are living in a city and you have to go to your work and your home daily, the daily total distance that you cover is less than some 100 or 40 kilometers, then you can definitely go for an electric vehicle. The electric vehicle will have a range greater than 200 kilometers these days, and you can charge your electric car from your home. You can completely charge your electric car in 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, the overnight charging is the most preferred charging method for electric vehicle owners. So you can charge your electric car at your home, and in your office itself you can find some electric vehicle charging stations. Okay, so you can charge your electric vehicle from your home, from some private charging stations, public charging stations, and there are a lot of plans to implement public charging stations across the world, across the country. We know that there is our Ola company. They are installing the world's largest electric two-wheelers manufacturing plant in the Tamil Nadu, and they are planning to install the charging stations as well across the country. So within next 5 or 6 years, we can find a lot of charging stations, lot of public charging stations in the country, and you can drive electric vehicles without any range anxiety. Range anxiety is an important issue in electric vehicle. If you go for an electric vehicle, you will be definitely worried about the range. You will be thinking that if we can reach the destination or another charging station before the battery drains completely. But in another few years, it will be definitely gone. You can find a lot of charging stations across the street, across the highways, everywhere. And that's the thing. Even though that's a disadvantage now, in the near future itself we can find a lot of charging stations. The next thing is that the battery of electric vehicles are costlier than the electric vehicles are costlier than the IC engine vehicles. The main reason is the cost of the battery. Electric vehicle batteries actually their life span will be less, and it will cost uh, around one third of the total cost of the vehicle. It's just a rough estimation, and if you have to replace that battery, then it will be a huge burden on you. That's the reason why people are not going for electric vehicle. If you're going for a long run, then electric vehicle batteries have to be replaced after a few years. Many of these companies provide a warranty of 5 to 7 years for this battery, and after 5 to 7 years it might have to replace. We don't know. We have to check that. We don't know, but definitely if you are replacing the battery, it will be a huge burden on you. That's the reason why people are not going for electric vehicle. But the cost of electric vehicle batteries are decreasing day by day. There are a lot of researches happening on this electric vehicle battery field, and the cost of these batteries are decreasing day by day. It's estimated that in 5 or 6 years, the total cost of electric vehicle will be almost equal. The cost parity will be there between this IC engine vehicle and electric vehicle. Now the cost of electric vehicles is around 30 to 50 percentage more than that of an equivalent IC engine vehicle. So that is a drawback now. And another thing is that we don't have a lot of models to choose. We don't have many models in the market. We can find a lot of different kind of models for electric IC engine vehicles, but for electric vehicles we can find only a few models. But most of the companies have already declared their electric vehicle plans. They are manufacturing electric plans. They have planned to manufacture electric plans. They already declared their future plans for next 2 to 5 years. They are planning to develop electric only brand. We know that the Hyundai Ioniq was an electric vehicle. Now they changed that Ioniq itself into an electric vehicle brand, and they are manufacturing Ioniq 1, 2, 3 like that. There are a lot of electric vehicles are in the lineup from Ioniq brand of electric vehicles. And the GM General Motors has changed their logo to reflect the electric vehicle industry. They changed the logo. We have a detailed video about this topic on this channel. In one of our presentations on this channel, we discussed about this logo change of GM, so you can check that video. So they are also planning to manufacture electric vehicles. So in if we check most of the electric vehicle manufacturers, we can find that they already declared their electric vehicle plan, or they started manufacturing electric vehicles. So don't worry, the future will be definitely electric. Okay, so yeah, there are a few people watching this live stream. Thanks for joining with me. So in this live stream, I actually didn't have anything to discuss, but I started with a few introduction about this channel and the blogs that I own. So after that, I slowly switched to this electric vehicle topic. Some basics of electric vehicles I discussed. Okay, now let's talk about the electric vehicle motors. There are different kinds of motors used in electric vehicles. In the earlier days, we used the DC motors. DC motors were very commonly used in electric vehicles. The reason being the easiness of speed control. We can easily control the speed of an electric DC motor. Then the power electronics developments happen in the field of power electronics. The speed control of AC machines becomes easier task. So now the commonly used motors in electric vehicle is the AC induction motors and permanent magnet synchronous motors. The power electronics converters can be used to control the speed of electric motors. They can be act as a generator as well. We can implement this regenerative braking. All these happens. All these things are possible using these power electronics controllers. Okay, so switched reluctance motors are also using in electric vehicles. Now the researches are going on in that way as well. The advantages of these motors are being studied. Those kind of researches are going on. Okay, so next in these DC motors are available in some small scooters. Some brushless motors are available in small electric scooters, golf carts, etc. And the bigger cars uses permanent magnet synchronous motor and induction motors. Another important component in an electric vehicle is the battery. So battery is very important in an electric vehicle. Lithium ion technology is the commonly used technology in electric vehicle. Why lithium ion battery? The reason is lithium ion batteries will have a higher energy density and higher power density. In a small volume we can store a lot of energy and we can have a lot of power from that small volume. That's the reason why we are using lithium ion batteries in electric vehicles. So if the size of the battery reduces, the total size of the vehicle also reduces, and the mass of the vehicle also reduces. Usually an electric vehicles are heavier than equivalent IC engine vehicle. The most of the mass comes from this battery. So if we can reduce the mass of the battery, the total weight of this vehicle reduces, and it definitely helps out to improve the range of electric vehicle. Okay, so the most commonly used battery technology is the lithium ion battery technology. There are some drawbacks for this lithium ion battery technology. We need a thermal management system for this battery during charging and operation. Otherwise it will result in thermal runaway. The thermal runaway, and it damages the battery. So to avoid this, we have to use a thermal management system for an electric vehicle if you are using a lithium ion battery. And the lead acid batteries were earlier used in electric vehicles. Now also we are using these lead acid batteries in some small electric vehicles. Okay, these lead acid batteries will take a long to charge, and it will have a lower values of energy density and power density. These are some drawbacks of lead acid batteries, and its life is also less lifespan. So we currently are not using extensively these lead acid batteries in electric vehicles. We are mainly focusing on these lithium ion batteries. There are some other kind of the lithium ion means there can be different kind of ions used along with this lithium. So there are researchers and many companies also investing for this battery research. The Tesla had installed one huge gigafactory to manufacture batteries for their electric cars. Similarly, many companies are focusing on lithium ion battery development. Okay, next. So we discussed about battery, motor, and uh, the whole electric vehicle itself. Now there will be a controller, there will be a power electronics controller. It's commonly known as electric vehicle inverter. It converts the energy that's stored in the battery to if we are using a three-phase induction motor, then this inverter converts that energy from DC to three-phase AC. And if we are using a DC motor, then it will convert that DC to in such a way that it can drive that DC motor, and it will help to have the regenerative braking as well. It can be a bidirectional. It can flow the energy from the battery to the motor and the motor to the battery. The motor means the electric machine, so it can flow the energy from the motor to battery, and I always use the term motor, the e-machine to the battery, and the battery to the e-machine. So that kind of converters also used in we use those kind of converters in electric vehicles. So we know that there are some electric vehicle conversion kits available. These electric vehicle conversion kits mainly consist of these three components: a battery. It might be an additional thing that we have to buy. A battery should be there, then a converter should be there, a motor should be there. So based on our acceleration input, it decides how much power we have to send to that motor to drive the vehicle, and we can fit this conversion kit on any small scooters, and we can drive that. But we have to check if that process is legal. That I'm not quite sure, but those kind of conversion kits are available. Okay, now we almost covered most of the things in an electric vehicle. I mean the basics things. The another component that related to electric vehicle is electric vehicle charger. The chargers are very important. How do we charge an electric vehicle? We can charge an electric vehicle from your home, from some private charging station, from public charging stations. From home, we will have level 1 or level 2 chargers. The level 1 chargers are actually the normal plugs. We can plug our electric vehicle to the normal one phase or three phase socket, and the vehicle will have an onboard charger, and it can charge the battery of an electric vehicle. But the charging process, or that it will take a long to charge the battery. The process will be very slow. It will take very long to charge if you are charging your electric vehicle using a single phase level 1 charger. To avoid this issue, we can have a level 2 charger. The level 2 chargers are faster than level 1 chargers. You can charge your electric vehicle in 4 or 5 hours using level 2 chargers. Level 2 chargers can be used for overnight charging of electric vehicles. Okay, so that's level 2 charger. Most of the electric vehicles provide level 2 chargers along with the vehicle, or you can buy level 2 chargers if you want to get one along with your electric vehicles. Okay, so we discussed about these level 1 level 2 chargers, and another kind of chargers is level 3 charging. These level 3 charging stations are also known as DC charging stations. The level 1 and level 2 charging stations are AC charging stations, and the level 3 charging stations are DC fast chargers. We will get direct DC output from that charger, and we can directly charge our electric car battery. It will charge the battery quickly. Within 20 or 30 minutes, you can charge around 80 to 90% of your battery. So that's very fast. Those kind of charging stations are known as fast charging stations. The Tesla Motors or Tesla Inc. is installing a lot of fast charging stations across the United States, and you can use them if you are from the United States and you are driving a Tesla car. In India also, you can find fast charging stations in Bangalore. The different manufacturers such as Ether Energy installed a lot of charging stations, fast charging stations. They named that fast charging network is Ether Grid, and if you have an Ether scooter, you can charge your scooter from Ether Grid. Okay, and the fast charger, the battery, okay, these are 3 kinds of charging stations. Okay, what else we have to discuss today is we already discussed the basics of electric vehicle, then about charging station, about batteries, about the motors, then related to electric vehicle, what we have to discuss, range anxiety. We just mentioned the term range anxiety. We just mentioned the term regenerative braking. Yeah, along with these electric vehicles, we have some technological developments, such as some cool technology such as one pedal driving. Usually, how many pedals do you require in an electric vehicle or a normal car? Usually in a geared car, we have accelerator pedal, then brake pedal, and one clutch pedal will be there. And if the car is automatic gear, if the car features automatic transmission, then we will have 2 pedals, accelerator and brake. Usually no, if you are using an electric vehicle, how many pedals do you actually require? Only 1 pedal. That's the answer. Single pedal is more than sufficient to drive an electric vehicle. How is it possible? Why don't we need more than 1 pedals? Because we have the feature known as regenerative braking. In the regenerative braking, if you are taking your or if you are releasing your accelerator pedal, then to slow down the vehicle, or you have to apply the brake. Or for example, let's consider if you want to slow down the vehicle, so you are taking your foot from that accelerator pedal, then the vehicle starts to decelerate. Then we are actually reducing the supply to that electric motor. We are just cutting out the supply to that electric motor, and the electric motor or electric machine will operate as a generator, and it start to generate electricity. It will actually convert that kinetic energy of the machine kinetic energy of the vehicle to electric energy in that generator, and we can store that generated energy in the battery. If we try to store that generated energy in the battery, then the vehicle's kinetic energy will be converted to electric energy, and the vehicle starts decelerating, and vehicle will stop in another in some time. So actually we don't need a brake pedal to stop the vehicle, but the regenerative braking is not that effective at very low speeds, so we will have some kind of mechanical braking as well. So in this kind of so one pedal driving enabled vehicles, there will be a control system that controls this friction braking and regenerative braking together, and it will decide when to apply the friction brake and when to apply the regenerative brake if you are stopping the vehicle. So we have a detailed video about this one pedal driving on this YouTube channel. You can watch that video also. Okay, so now we discussed one of the cool features, the single pedal driving. Another feature is that the wireless charging for electric vehicles. We have seen wireless charging for our mobile phones. The same technology is applicable for electric vehicles as well. The electric vehicles are actually now the computer on wheels. Yeah, they are complex computer on wheels, and we can charge this computer or this electric vehicle using a wireless charging system. How to charge the electric vehicle? There will be some capacitor plate, or if we are using the capacitive wireless transfer, there will be a capacitive plate below or beneath this electric car, and there will be another plate that is available in the road, not on the road, I mean the parking, the charging station, charging location, and it can transfer the energy from one plate to another plate wirelessly. That's the wireless charging technique. It is applicable for electric vehicles as well, and it is not a hypothetical technology. There is some companies have already developed this one, and they are installing this. They installed this on electric vehicles. It's available, and in addition to this, as an improvement to this technology, you can charge your electric car on the go. If while you are driving your electric car, then also you can charge your electric car. That is a cool, super technology. You know how to charge that one. If we have this wireless charging plates installed on a road, and you are driving your electric car or electric vehicle on that road, and if you want to charge, then you can accept the charge from that road, that road charger. I don't know what to call that type of charging station. From that road to your electric vehicle, you can accept the charge. So that's a cool feature. That all these things are not that common. These are very rare, and the development activities are going on, and the companies are installing this to only a few vehicles. Electric vehicles themselves are very rare in our country, so it will take some time to have all these additional features for on your electric car. Okay, then yeah, there was one cool news. I think you might have heard about this news. The charging stations outnumbered gas stations in Britain. We already created some videos about this topic. In Britain, the total number of charging stations are higher than the total number of gas stations now. That's an interesting news for our EV enthusiasts. Then okay, now let's come to Indian electric vehicle market. In India, you can find a lot of electric cars. Some electric cars are not that great, but some electric cars are okay. We have the best-selling electric car in India. You know the name of the car. The name of the car is Tata Nexon EV. Tata Nexon EV is the best-selling electric car in India. We might have seen this Tata Nexon EV on the roads. They claims a range more than 300 kilometers, but many people complains that the range is a little less. Anyway, that's the most selling electric car in India, the Tata Nexon EV. Tata has some other electric cars as well. Tata Tigor EV is there. Then And there is another electric vehicle startup called Storm R3. They manufactured an electric car Storm R3. That's a three-wheeled electric car. The details are similar to other topics. We have a video about the Storm R3 on this YouTube channel. You may watch that video also. Then Praveg Dynamics is another startup that is manufacturing a luxury electric car. Their business plan is something different. They are manufacturing this luxury electric car mainly focusing on business peoples. They told that they will not have some kind of service stations and the selling stations across the country. They will directly approach the customers and they will sell the vehicle to them, or they will lease the vehicle. They will provide the vehicle for lease to them. They are not directly selling the vehicle, they will provide this vehicle to them for lease. Okay, that's the business model of Praveg Dynamics, and they are also manufacturing electric vehicles in India. Then if you are checking the two-wheelers, there are a lot of two-wheelers in India. One of the most commonly available two-wheelers in India is the Either Energy electric scooters, Either Energy 450X, Either Energy 450 Plus, etc. A few from them. Then we have Hero has also some electric scooters. Then the Hero Optima, there are some electric scooters from Hero. Then Magnus Pro is an electric scooter. Then then the problem here is that most of the electric scooter manufacturers actually import the components from China or some other countries, and they assemble everything in India. That's the problem. They are not manufacturing every component in India. It is not practical to manufacture every component in India, but still they are not doing or they are actually importing these things from other countries and assembling here. That's the startups. Most of the startups are mainly doing like this. They are not doing some innovative things. They are not trying to develop the to improve the energy consumption of the vehicle or the efficiency of the vehicle. I think they are not doing some detailed research on these topics. I'm not sure, I'm sorry, but I think so. They are just assembling these vehicles. But I'm not telling about all the startups. A few startups are still very good and they are doing a lot of researches. We can see a research wing for these startups. Some of the startups, they are doing really good job, but most of the startups are just importing these things and manufacturing and selling them. That's not good. That will definitely discourage the people to buy these vehicles, because after a few years or few days, maybe those vehicles will not operate as the customer expects. So if any company can provide a premium electric scooter in India, then definitely they can grow. I think so. Okay, so we have been talking about electric vehicle for around 45 minutes. Okay, 43 minutes. Then what else we have to discuss? Okay, the next a common thing that we have to discuss today is electric vehicle related research projects. There are a lot of research projects happening in electric vehicle field, since electric vehicle technology is the hot topic in the industry and in the academics. Many people are going for these electric vehicle related research projects, and I in the beginning of this chat I already told you that I get a lot of queries related to electric vehicle research projects. You can also see those questions in the comment section, and I get a lot of mails also. I actually really wants to answer to all those questions, and I try to respond to most of those questions. I think I respond to almost every question. Yeah, and mainly I did my research project. I mean my master's project in this electric vehicle industry, electric vehicle field, that was some sensitivity analysis and development of battery model. That the project was related to all these things. And if you if you want to do some electric vehicle research project, we have some tips. We have some tips on this YouTube channel. I already created 1 or 2 videos related to electric vehicle research projects. There is one video that explains around 75 topics related to electric vehicle research. You can check all those project ideas and you can find your own electric vehicle related project ideas. If you just go through some IEEE papers, you can definitely find electric vehicle related research project. Okay, I got some comment. Technology for sharing such information, and okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, it faded. I could not read that comment completely. Anyway, thanks for that comment. Okay, so so we have a detailed video about the electric vehicle research project. Then if you want to do some simulation activities or if you want to study about the performance of electric vehicle, you can check the software advisor. That's a free tool. That's a MATLAB based free GUI that you can download from SourceForge. I think that's the place where you can download this tool. That's a set of mat files, and if you open that tool, then you can find a lot of electric vehicle models. You can modify those models and you can do some simulation studies. You can analyze the energy consumption. That tool is not only for electric vehicle, that can be used for analysis of IC engine vehicles as well. You can compare these vehicles. Everything is possible using that tool. You can modify the script and you can do a lot of things. I also use this tool sometimes for my to help in my project. So you can check out the detailed video. I have a detailed tutorial video about that advisor tool on this YouTube channel. You can check that video also. I already mentioned a lot of videos that I published on this YouTube channel in this live stream. So you can check all those videos if you are interested to watch any of those videos. Okay. Then yeah, I will most probably I will publish one more video about electric vehicle research project in the near future. Then I'm an engineering student. Okay, Curious Minds says that he was an engineering student. Okay, everyone asked for electric vehicle related project ideas. Okay, I don't know how to check that message. I get a lot of okay. How can I contact you? That's a question. You can just mail me cbk55@gmail.com, and we have the I have already added that email ID in the channel description. You can check that one. Okay, then I am an engineering student. I was thinking of working on a project research paper. I want your help. Okay, I can help you. I can help you means I can suggest you some topics and you can find, okay, you can think about those topics and you can find a good project and you can do. If you want to do research projects, usually we can do some studies related to electric vehicles. We can simulate electric vehicle and we can find the energy consumption of electric vehicle. Those are actually some kind of obvious projects, the energy consumption studies, etc. So how we can improve the energy, the efficiency of electric vehicle, that's the main thing that we have to check. That is one point. How to improve the efficiency of electric vehicle? We can modify the controller, then we can modify the motor, we can modify the battery. The mainly these three components consumes most of the energy, and the gear system also we can check, but that's not the scope of electric vehicle research. We can mainly focus on these three topics. Then related to electric vehicle battery, there are some researches related to electric vehicles to improve the energy efficiency or energy capacity of the battery, the life of battery. Those kind of big researches are going on. You may also take part in those researches if you get a chance. I don't know how to get a chance to do that kind of research in some big companies. You may get some chance to do those researches in some big companies, or in your academics, in your college itself. You can try doing this kind of business if possible, to find some better battery technologies. Then how to improve the efficiency of electric motor using this motor control combination. Those kind of projects can also be done. Then another important thing is the electric vehicle charging station. Electric vehicle charging station, there are different types of charging stations. We know everyone wants to charge their electric car very quickly, so the fast charging stations will definitely have a bright future bright future. So you can find some projects related to electric vehicle charging stations. The cooling system for these charging stations is very important. You have to set the temperature of the battery also. In an electric vehicle, you have to set the temperature of the battery also at a particular level to enable the fast charging for that electric vehicle battery. So you can search for all these things in some websites like IEEE. There might be available some papers related to these charging stations research project. You can check them also. Then level 1, level 2 charging stations, how to improve the harmonics related projects. You can also do these harmonics. If we connect a charging station to the power socket, it will definitely affect the quality of that power grid, because because the charging station is a power electronic component. The power electronics components definitely modifies the waveforms, and it will affect the quality of power. So how to improve the quality of power, how to um, what to say, yeah, power quality. Then yeah, how to eliminate the harmonics, etc. You can do a detailed study about all these topics. Then another thing is that the power load shaving. That project is related to power systems. If you are doing a power systems in masters in power systems, then you can try this load shaving techniques, etc. using electric vehicles. The electric vehicles can act as a micro generator. You can charge your electric car and you can supply the energy from an electric car to the power grid. That's really interesting thing. You can have a vehicle to grid technology. Usually we charge a vehicle, we get the power from the grid and we charge the vehicle. It flows the energy from the grid, and it charges the battery. You can send the energy from the battery to the power grid as well. You can use this electric vehicle as in a shorter form. We can tell that you can use it as a inverter for your home. But since this electric car is a big energy storage system, or yeah, energy storage system, you can send all this energy to the power grid itself if it is necessary. If you have a 10 or 20 charging stations nearby in a small location, then that location, if all these car are going to charge at a particular time at the evening, the load curve of the region will be something like at that, during that time it demands a lot of energy from that power grid. It will definitely affect that power grid. The power grid cannot supply that much energy sometimes. So there should be a scheduled charging. Actually, we don't want to charge the electric vehicle immediately. We will plug the electric vehicle to the socket and we want to drive the electric vehicle in the next day only. So if we schedule the charging of all these 4 or 5 electric cars, for example at after 12 a.m. night or 1 a.m. night, then during that time usually the load on the power grid will be less. You can charge your electric car at that time, and it will help to flat the load curve. If you know the power systems, you might have known about the term load curve, etc. Otherwise, we just check these terms if you are planning to do some research projects. So it will be helpful for you, I hope. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining with me in this live stream. I really enjoy to share all these details with you, and I will definitely create more videos and I will write more blog posts about this topic. You can check my blog getelectricvehicle.com, and if you want to do projects, you can check another blog, electricalprojectsideas.com. In these two blogs you can find a lot of electric vehicle and electrical engineering related technologies or videos and blog posts. Okay, so thanks a lot. See you in another live stream. Thanks a lot for joining. Bye.